Well, the way I see it, it's what you wanted, right? I mean, good on you for making a tough choice for future success.
Exactly. It's going to be a tough season, but I just got to right the ship.
Damn straight. Now, you be safe out there. A couple of the undefeated teams are taking spooky season a little too seriously.
No kidding. See you later, man.
Decapitation!
Holy shit, dude, what the hell? Bro, you just killed Arizona Loquall! Wait, why is there no blood?
We are invincible.
Okay, invincible. Relax. It's the Yotes. They haven't beaten anybody.
We are Legion.
Wait, wouldn't you need fans to be considered Legion? Oh, shit.
You know what's really good for having a bad night? Tomato soup and grilled cheese. That's good stuff. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is not a dub. In fact, that was fucking pedestrian. That was bad. After maybe the best period of hockey, not goal-wise, but period of hockey we played all season. That first period, oh, chef's kiss. The next one was probably the worst one we've played, and the third wasn't much better. In fact, the only time we looked like a capable hockey team in the last two periods was when we had 6 players to their 5 because we pulled the goalie because we were down by 2 goals with 3 minutes left. That sucked. That sucked. And the fact that Q is behind the bench for this bullshit. Like, I'm not mad at the Panthers exactly. I wish someone just spoke up and told them, take a night off. For those of you who want my take on the Blackhawks situation, you're going to get some of it at the end of the pod. Not everyone wants to hear it. A lot of people might just be tired of it. It is an exhausting subject, and it is a frustrating subject. I have an opinion about it. I'm going to make a couple comments on it, I guess. But I cover the Bruins. We're going to talk about this game. It's a hockey game. We'll start there. I know the opener might have been a little rude, a little bit of a jab at Panthers and not having fans. If you watch the game tonight, holy shit, was that building empty. But hey, here's the good news. Lazar back in the lineup. That's very exciting. Smith continues to be out, which is very not exciting. Stud is our new 2 center with Coyle on the wing. Nosek gets dropped back down to the 4th, where I think he excels. I thought that 4th line looked pretty good with him. Ullmark does get the start for us. He had a pretty decent game, I would say. And lastly, the undefeated Panthers start their $10 million goalie, who was dog shit last year and has somehow found the fountain of youth. Not that he's all that old to begin with. Wow. This team is terrifying. And I know Bobrovsky's been doing this season. I've watched their games. I've really enjoyed their games. He looks great. And that's really bad news for literally every other team in the league. This is a scary team. So before we really crush the Bruins, maybe we do kind of admit that we played a really good team and it didn't go our way tonight. If the effort had been better, I could live with that. Puck drops! 2:30 in and it's PP time. It's big old PP time, no dice. No dice and it doesn't even look that good. That's not true. We have 4 shots on net. We're cruising. I'm not upset about the power play. We really, really just need to capitalize on our power play because just like years past, a 5-on-5 was not getting it done tonight. 7 minutes into the period, all B's, outshooting them 8-1. We are crushing them into their zone. We look so good, and in my stupid little brain, I go, yep, this is exactly what it's going to be. We're going to be tied coming out of this period, even though we fucking shouldn't be. Even though we're only 7 minutes into the game, I just know we're going to be tied coming out of this period after rocking them the whole period and lose the freaking game. Was I right? A few minutes later, Coyle takes a stick to the face and the only reason I'm bringing this up is because he was bleeding, just gushing blood. Now, I don't think this was a high stick. Gudas was falling down. He collided with Clifton in front of him. His stick comes up, hits Coyle. I wouldn't have called that. I wouldn't have. Coyle looks great with a little blood on his face. He looks like a mean son of a gun. And I've told you guys this. I'll tell you again. He sucks at chirping. Not a scary dude at all. But he looks scary when he's got blood on his face. He does score a goal with blood on his face. 9:23 in, and Stud, who was so good in the first period, and then had mixed results throughout the other two, but so did everybody. Dogged forecheck, just coming down on Forsland, would not allow him to go past in any way, shape, or form, ends up poking the puck away from him, leading them both into the corner, creating a fight against the wall. Puck bounces out to Coyle, who swooped in behind the net, behind Bobrovsky, and he tries to center it. Doesn't get to anybody, but it does ricochet off Owen Tippett's foot as he's coming in on Coyle and past Bobrovsky. That's 1-0. Lucky goal, sure, but that is a well-deserved goal. That's heavy forecheck. That's good positioning. Throw pucks to the net, even if you're behind it. You never know what's going to happen. 1-0 Bruins, and you're feeling really good for 6 minutes. 6 minutes later, Forbort and Coyle are in our zone. The Panthers are literally changing out. This is a line change for the Panthers. Coyle and Forbort, two big guys, facing down Reinhart on the wall. And Reinhart wins the battle and feeds a streaking marksman who just comes into the zone. And all of the Bruins around are just standing there, just like don't even know he's there. Comes into the right circle, gets fed the puck, nice pass, and he fires this low blocker. You want Ullmark to have this one, but you need a stick on that. The battle shouldn't have been lost in the wall in the first place. It's a 2-on-1 with two big bodies. Effort. So it's 1-1. And the period will end that way, because of course it will. We have a 15-5 advantage in shots. We look amazing. Our passing, crisp. Our bodies are banging. We are doing everything a good hockey team does for 20 minutes. And then we forgot it all. It all went away. Stud looked great in that period. Meh. Pasta looked incredible that period. Meh. Everything gone. Done. Finito. That's Spanish for finished. Is that Italian for finished? Well, I know it's not French, right? Second period starts, and the only push we have in this period is two chances within the first minute and 10 seconds, both called offsides questionably. And the first one looked offsides. The second one did not, even in some sort of way. Both would have been 2-on-1s. Brutal start to the period. Can't respond the way we did, though. 2 minutes into the period, and Reinhardt's coming down the right side. Forbort is there, too slow to keep up, but keeps him to the outside, which is fine. Reinhardt's a good player. He's going to find legs to throw the puck through. Didn't have to find legs. He could just outskate Forbort, but he kept him to the outside. This goal is not on Forbort. Luosterainen is alone in the slot. Cliffy's there, but Cliffy sees Reinhardt getting past Forbort on the right side and about to go behind the net. He's still a good 15 feet away from actually going behind the net, but he's heading that way. So Cliffy, in his stupid head, thinks it's a great idea to jump him, when he gets behind the net. Problem is, he leaves about 4 seconds early. So Luosterainen is right there for an easy tap-in goal. Reinhardt feeds it to him, just boop, right past Ullmark. Can't blame Ullmark for a tap-in directly in front of him where there's no defense at all. And it's 2-1. It's 2-1, and we just all stop and go, hey, no offense, but what the fuck was that? Cliffy hockey, baby. I knew it. I knew I shouldn't have been complimenting you. I complimented you so much the past couple episodes. Dude, what the fuck? I'm supposed to stop saying the F word. What the shit? Directly after that, Pasta with a huge chance on Bobrovsky, and he stones him. Good goalies make good saves. We are going to get a PP for double checking. Joe Thornton comes over, double checks. It was a cross check. We have a referee who is hilarious, and I love him, and I wanted him to referee every game. He called it a double check. I thought that was really fun. Please don't take this as me making fun of him. It was just a really fun mistake, and I love it. As usual, the best chance of the power play is we crossed wires. We allow a shorthanded breakaway the other way. During the breakaway, Marchand hooks him, so Bennett gets to draw the penalty. It's a 2-on-none. Ullmark stones Huberdeau, 5-hole of all things, stones him, so it's still 2-1. Cancels out the power play, obviously, about a minute left in that, and then we do kill the rest of our penalty kill after that minute is expired. So let's get back on even footing. There are times when you know a game is just not going your way. 3 minutes left, and Howlow with a clean breakaway because DeBrusk had a brilliant pass. DeBrusk was a bright spot of this game. He played every shift like it was his last, and he looked good doing it. feeds Howla for a breakaway, and he beats Bobrovsky, 5-hole, beats him cleanly, still manages to miss the net. We couldn't buy a bounce. We just couldn't. After that first period, in the first period, we couldn't buy a bounce other than the one goal. Period ends 2-1. We're outshot 14-2 in that period. We outshot them 15-5 in the first, outshot 14-2 in the second. It's a rubber match. That's fine. Let's get back to it in the third. Just can't buy one. 2-on-1, 3 minutes in, and it gets snuffed out. Pasta just holds the puck way too long. Pasta looked terrible for 40 minutes tonight. First period, he looked good. He looked awful. He personally squandered 4 scoring chances off the top of my head. Dude was bad. He wasn't alone. I'm not just ragging on Pasta. I love me some Pasta. This was an awful effort. And for a team that's down in the third, against a team that you really feel like is a measuring stick, you know they're good. Nothing. No heart. We do have a scare. Marchand goes down the tunnel after that 2-on-1. Do not have word on that yet, so I don't know if it's going to be a lingering issue going forward or if it was just an equipment malfunction, but he does return to the game. 4 minutes in, we have a 5-on-4 because a Panther goes down injured, and we just have mad scramble after mad scramble and cannot punch a puck in. We just can't get a bounce, and it's killing me inside. 7:20 left, puck gets cleared into the neutral zone, and McAvoy, who's just too high, tries to settle it. And this is a really hard puck to settle, so I don't want to get mad at him, but the McAvoy I know settles that puck. But it bounces past him. Duclair collects it, takes the offensive zone. Grzelcyk's trying to cut the angle and come back, but Duclair's too fast. And it is a power move to the far side of the net. Just gets there before Ullmark's leg can. Awesome goal. I mean, if you're just a fan of hockey, man, what a goal. Really nice job by Duclair. Dunks it past Ullmark. It's 3-1. 3:10 left. We do pull Ullmark, and for almost 3 straight minutes, we have scramble after scramble. Grzelcyk does block 2 empty net shots. Good job by you, Grizz. We just can't punch one in. 25 seconds left from the neutral zone. Who is it? Tippett, yes. Tippett gets the empty netter for a 4-1 finish. Brutal game, man. There's not much you can say about that. It's one thing to lose to the team that's very good, and we did lose to a team that's very good. And I don't think every game's going to go like this. We see them again Saturday, and I like our chances at home to really compete. This was just one of the worst efforts I've seen this year, and we're only on game 5. But this was awful. And Trevor, you commented on the last video, and I get it, man. I get it. The defense was loose, and it's just not what you're used to seeing over the last 10 years. This game does not reflect what this team is and capable of becoming. It is not. Call me an optimist or call me naive, whatever you want. This team is much better than what they showed tonight. I have faith in that. But all the compliments that went Forbort and Clifton's way over the past 48 hours with the Short Shift Pod, check us out, and from this channel, gone. I'm just taking back every nice thing I've said about everybody until I see a better effort than I saw tonight. The standouts, though, DeBrusk was active. I thought he played a really good game. Howla, although not as consistent as you'd like, had some really nice momentum throughout it. He had some nice back checking, nice forward checking. I'll take it. Stud looked good in the first period. He had some bad turnovers in the third. I'm not sure how to judge him right now. Ullmark did look good. He did. You can't blame him for the second goal at all. And somebody scored on a breakaway. I mean, Duclair beat him on a breakaway. That's going to happen 30% of the time of breakaways. It's good odds for a hockey goal. So Ullmark looked really good. His glove is super active. He really shored up the 5-hole tonight, I thought. Ullmark had a good game for what he was given in front of him. Now, I don't want to blame the refs because this is not on the refs, trust me. We got crushed tonight. Offsides calls on anything that was even remotely close, constantly. Non-icing calls on the Panthers, constantly. And look, I know icing's kind of a judgment thing. There were some bold, that's not icing for some reason, moments. I just thought any decision-making like that, offsides for us, offsides for them, super inconsistent. icing for us, icing for them, super inconsistent. And we were coming out on the short side of the stick a lot for those. This team is tired. And tomorrow could get ugly because the team looked really tired by the third period. Like, comment, subscribe. All right, good. I said it. Now let's talk a little bit about the Blackhawks situation. So those of you who do not want to listen to this, please stop here. Check me out in the next game. I guess trigger warning for anyone involved of sexual assault, things of that nature. If this is not something you like to listen to, please don't. I'm really not asking you to. So for those of you who don't know, Kyle Beach, who did come out, he is the John Doe of the Blackhawks scandal, I guess you could say. 11th overall pick, was assaulted by a video worker for the Blackhawks. Now, I'm talking a little out of pocket here because I have not been able to read the entirety of the report because I struggle with that. And I have not been able to finish watching the interview that Kyle Beach had. I will link that below. Again, because I struggle with that. I will say this, and this is really what I want to take away as someone who is not part of the organization and does not cheer for that team. For those of you who do cheer for that team and are speaking out about this, I appreciate it because sports fans are not always that smart and will excuse a lot for their teams, which is ridiculous. For those of you who are frustrated like me and feel like we are supporting a league and spending a lot on the league and taking a lot of time watching a game we love, right? It's a children's game that men play. It's a game we love. For those of you who feel personally a little dirty by it, that you feel like you're supporting something that should not be supported, I want to say that you're not alone in feeling like that. Personally, I'm right there with you. I feel dirty by this. I love this league. I've supported it through a lot. And I'm a drop in the bucket, and I know that. I'm not an important member of the league by any means. But I don't want to feel dirty by supporting something that clearly takes winning more seriously than taking care of their own. And it's disgusting what happened. After speaking to those close to me and airing my grievances and frustrations with it, and this isn't about me, let's be very, very clear on that, but just speaking to those who feel frustrated as well, supporting the league who seems to be allowing some stuff to go. We all, in some sense, have a platform. Mine is very small, obviously. But we have Twitter and we have Facebook and all these things. And I think a lot of good is going to come from Kyle Beach, who was extremely brave to come out here and just put a face to John Doe and say, no, this is a real person who suffered. And he's not the only one. I think it's important to recognize that no matter how small your platform may be, I think it's important to recognize that no matter how small your platform may be, using it to condemn those actions will always be important and will lead to change. And as frustrated as we are with some of this, being vocal about it helps. It does. Unfortunately, I don't have the tools, the abilities to properly cover a story like this. And it's going to take a long time before I think I can actually read through the whole report. And in some ways, that's really selfish. It's a really difficult read. But being vocal and showing support for victims of this and showing teams that there will be no support. The league will get no support if they don't take these things seriously. It helps to change things little by little, even though you feel like you can't do anything about it. I will never be able to bring up that 2010 team, 2013 or 2015 team, without also bringing up the fact that people in that organization allowed something heinous to go on. That will always be a mark on those teams. And it appears, again, we're working with what we have here, because now it's definitely not a question of whether or not it happened. It is a question of who actually covered it up and who did not. But it's very clear that some did. And they chose winning and focusing on winning over the life of a young man and the health of a young man. We will not stand for that kind of stuff. I don't have anything profound to say. I'm just disappointed. And I just can't give enough credit to Beach for what he's going through and the bravery it took for him to say what he needed to say. And I will give credit to those who are being very outspoken about this and in support of Kyle. I really hope this leads to change. And I think in some ways it will. Some immediate change. And I think in other ways it slowly will. But for those of you who do feel frustrated and are having trouble just watching a hockey game tonight, I get it. Because I am right there with you. It's a somber way to end the episode. But we're going to move forward. And hopefully the league takes this seriously. And if it does not, myself and many others, as well as many of the people who watch this channel, will be vocal. We're not doing this anymore. We're just not allowing this to happen. And if the league got shut down because of this, I would prefer that. We're just not doing this anymore. Tomorrow, Canes. Let's get a dub. We sorely need it. Go Bees.